So Picoin has recently fallen from its highs of around $3 all the way down to $1.87 where it sits today. There was a brief period where it was even lower, so I want to give you guys the updates as to what's happening with Pi and the overall market so we can figure out what to do next. Now, full transparency, I am not a financial advisor, so please go out and do your own research whenever you make any financial decisions. Now, if we jump onto it, we can see Pi right now, $1.87, up 2.33% on the day with a market cap of a whopping 13 billion. Now, we have about 800 million in 24-hour volume, and this volume, it accounts for 6% of the market cap. Now, the FDV is an absolutely eye-watering $187 billion. Now, there is a lot of speculation about an upcoming Binance listing. Now, I want to talk to you guys about why that might not be as bullish as you guys actually think, but we can see that Pi is listed on OKX, BitGet, MEXC, Gate.io, and a lot of the other smaller exchanges. Now, we can see on OKX and BitGet, and MEXC for that matter, well, all of them really. Let's see which one. So Gate, BitGet, OKX, and MEXC have about $1 billion between them, right? A lot of volume, which makes a lot of money for these exchanges. And that is why it might be likely that Binance and Coinbase might even list this for their piece of the pie. Their piece of the pie being the exchange volume transaction fees. Okay, so people don't seem to get that, but that's why exchanges list these tokens. It's not because they're bullish on the tokens or bearish on the tokens. It's because if there's lots of volume, there's lots of money to be made. Now, we've seen this pretty much in every token that's been listed on Binance over the last year, that they go down on the actual listing, or they initially rise and then after a couple of days they absolutely tumble. So what you want to be doing here is making sure that you have an idea in your head as to what you'll do if Picoin goes up from here or if it goes down from here, right? If we get news that there's a Binance listing, it will probably on the news rise in price. Now, if you're not going to take any profits and you plan to hold Pi for the next 5-10 years, then no problem. You can just ignore it and see what happens. But if you're trying to make money here, you could be careful, right? Because the price might rocket on the news of a Binance or Coinbase listing. And then by the time it gets listed, that's when the most amount of people are buying because they think after the listing, it could absolutely rocket, which is normally exactly the opposite of what happens, which we've seen time in and time out. Now, Pi Network right now has 4 million followers on Twitter. So one of the most followed Twitter accounts in the crypto space with 60 million apparently engaged pioneers. Now, for me personally, I've completed the KYC, but still have access to relatively none of my tokens, right? Because other people haven't KYC'd. So I think there's a ton of tokens that one might never be released or two might be released and then absolutely nuke the price if they get released, because then we're going to get a ton of liquidity on the market. Now, we can see people like this saying Pi achieved a ranking of the 11th most valuable crypto in the world, which is absolutely nuts without a Binance and Coinbase listing. All other cryptocurrencies from 1 to 10 above are listed on Binance. That's true. And what do you think will happen after the Binance and Coinbase listing of Pi? I think it will go down. That's what I think will happen. Maybe not forever, but I think there will be a buy the rumor, sell the news event. And guys, I know you don't want to hear this, and a lot of you guys are going to give me angry comments in the comment section. But guys, this is just how crypto works. So if you want a realistic look on the market, right? This is my second channel, and I've been looking at Pi because we've been talking about Pi. Well, I've been talking about Pi for 5 years whenever we started mining it. So I wanted to make videos about it, and I'm going to be realistic the whole time. I'm not going to be one of the moon boys. It's exactly the same way I think about XRP, the same way I've talked about Solana, Bitcoin, all of these things, even Luna Classic we spoke about on this channel before. I'm not a moon boy, all right? So if you want only to hear about people saying, yeah, it's definitely going to $1,000 tomorrow, then just don't watch my videos because it's not going to be for you. Now, with that said, we have this news article here. Picoin tumbled after hitting $3. Now, interestingly, we have this. Binance, the world's largest exchange, is apparently reviewing the Pi listing. First, they say 202,000 votes in favor of listing Pi on Binance. Then they say the decision will be based on the roadmap, tech, community, quality, which makes sense. But if they have such strict policies, why are they rushing to list so many coins like Trump? After Trump coin launched, Binance listed the same coin within 24 hours. Let's hope for the best. Binance listing will be a game changer for the Pi network. Now, I might have sounded bearish on the listing of Pi. In fact, it is quite bullish. However, the news of the listing will probably send the price up. Once it's listed, traders will then sell their tokens knowing that it will probably have a big old pullback, and then they can just buy back lower if that's their plan. So that's something that you need to expect. On top of that, right, Pi apparently, according to Crypto XD, is not any different to any other cryptos, including pump and dump. And don't have any doubt that Pi may reach higher prices in the future, but whales will be continuously fooling you. The biggest whale, in fact, is really Pi Crypto Twitter. Just wisely invest into Pi if you see a future. Don't get wrecked from chasing the volatility. Most traders in crypto, they buy the highs, they sell the lows, and they just rinse and repeat that. What we want to be doing is buying when people aren't paying attention and then selling, or what I want to be doing is buying when people are paying attention and then selling when everyone gets excited, and then rinsing and repeating that. Pi might have a place in a long-term portfolio if you believe in it being a long-term crypto. But if you believe that, then you shouldn't be messing with the volatility, all right? So don't get panicked. If Pi drops 90% tomorrow, what will you do? Will you buy more or will you panic sell? That's a question I want you to answer in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.